And there we have it, the first map of this game. As the Civilization World Cup goes, we do have one map token per each team, and at turn 8, we're gonna find out if they want to keep the map or not. The moment the host just joined the game, and let's see who do we have on the west side. As I'm gonna take it from the west and go through the east through each of them spawn. Look at this, Phoenicia Liege actually spawned on a coastal. Oh, that is so nice. Directly on a fisher. That is so lucky, I should say. Yeah, good food. In well, I guess not very good coastal resources, but he might have the chance to go for God of the Sea here. I don't see coastal civilizations on the other team, so he might have free picks for God of the Sea, I should say. To his south, there is Japan, and he's gonna get to trade with his teammate here, that is Abel Brimy. Good-ish spawn, 3-1-1 fish on the reef tile there, getting an extra production, not to mention the two sugar tiles to the north. Not too shabby, not too shabby. It's gonna be a lot of food. His capital will grow very, very big soon. So I think he's gonna be happy with this spawn. Don't see any reason to actually remap it. Let's go ahead and take a look at Russia's spawn. To the north, we got Corny here from team TBD. He does have a very good amount of tundra this time. Look at this, to his west, to his east, very good amount of tundra. And mountains, not only tundra, mountains also. A 141 deer in his capital. As we know, Russia does get +1 faith and production from the tundra tiles. So he's gonna get a choice for an early pantheon. We're gonna have to wait and see if he wants religious settlements or maybe the tundra pantheon. Maybe in this case it's better. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see what Corny picks. It's gonna be his decision how he wants to develop his empire. To his south, we got Apriolo Cree. That is his teammate, with spawning between the mountains with a river settle. Pretty good settle. Good, I should say, good campuses at +3 over here. Another +3 over here, +3 over. Very good. Actually, all of these mountains can, all of these tiles through the mountains can hold his campuses. Not to mention this one that is a +4. So I think he will be really happy with this spawns. He's not on the coast, so he's not gonna get to worry about Dido anytime soon. That's good. Well, at least until battleships. To his south, we got CivFr, still a teammate. So it looks like they are kind of packed together. They're forming a line in the middle of the map between Rome, Cree, and Russia. Cree will have to go for the west side, I think. One city to the south, maybe two, and then west side. Because Rome doesn't have that much space, or he's gonna need to go here into Yerevan, and he's kind of blocked by the mountains here. So interesting. Let's see how he wants to play the Civ Rider. Civ Rider, I think, is quote unquote newcomer to the tournament. He's a well-known player in the CPL league, but not that well known in the CWC. I think this is his debut match, or at least I didn't see him play before. So let's give him a cheer here. I do hope we're gonna see good things from him now and in the future. He's experienced in war, he's experienced in simming, so I do have high hopes of watching him, or when watching him. Jack the Reaper here with Persia spawning alone somewhere with city states next to him, but he's gonna get to sim most of his game here. It doesn't look like he's gonna get to fight anyone anytime soon, which is kind of a feels bad moment, as we know Jack the Ripper really likes his warfare there, and I think he was looking forward to get some war going with Persia. That actually might be a reason for him to remap this, although I do think they shouldn't. They have here Greece, the story behind the mountains, with a wall of mountains that could sim his way to a culture victory quite easily. He's gonna need to sim above Rome and Russia, so I don't know. Let's see. As city-states go, we got Cahokia, Lisbon as the commercial city-states. We got Kumasi, Vilnius, and Rapa Nui as the culture city-states. Babylon, Hattusa, Bologna are the science city states of this game, while Cardiff and Hong Kong will be the industrial ones. Yerevan only the only faith city state in this game. And there we go. Turn 2. I didn't see the wonders. I did see Zangidangxia. Where was it? Yeah, here. Zangidangxia, the wonder that gives you general points and merchant points at the same time. It could be settled by uh, Greece, but it's not gonna be soon. So I don't think that matters that much. And yes, you're right, Vitbook. There are no military city states. We got only production, commercial, culture, and to be fair, there's not going to be much war to go around anyway with this map. It looks like they're going to have free sim everywhere. Another wonder of this game is late Redpa. It gets 2 tiles, 2 food, 1 production, 2 culture, and 2 gold on its tiles. Amazing wonder to have if you build the Hue. Well, with this oh, by the way, I forgot. Look at this. There was one civilization that I did forget about. There is France to the east. Oh, this might actually be the war that Mr. Jack the Ripper wants here. Sorry for that pause there. I wanted to change the quick movement on because yeah, it's we're gonna grow old if we watch every little movement from all 8 players. We got Mule here, who was really looking for himself to go in on a war path. So let's see how he will wanna play this against Jack the Ripper, against Persia, and maybe at some point in the game against Pericles. This is gonna be an interesting point in the map to watch all game. I do think this will be the line of defense for or attack for both of them. So let's see how France will fare against Persia's immortals here. As we know, both civilizations have extreme advantages to, or I should not exactly extreme from Persia, but France does get extreme advantages to warfare. Let's see. I'm really looking forward to this. I just hope they're gonna keep this map. We got 4 turns to go until we're gonna find out. They're gonna pause the game at turn 8, at the end of turn 8, and they're gonna have a vote. Yeah, MP Helper mod actually implemented the remap vote here. It triggers a simple majority vote to restart the game on a new map. So it is quite simple to get a pop-up and click on yes or no. After we're gonna see if we get this map or not, or I'm gonna hold that vote that I usually hold with the easy question, who will win. I do think in this game most of the viewers here are favoring Ulysse, and I can't blame them. Ulysse have amazing players. Jack the Ripper, Leech, Distoria, and Abel are all very experienced players, and they are clearly the favorite in this game, but I wouldn't count out these players from TBD. Apriolo, Mule, Corny, and CivRider, all 4 of them are very experienced players. And you were asking me about Tordred. Tordred has not been playing that much in the last months, I should say. So he's not always up to speed to all of the meta changes or the plays uh, of the game. So maybe it was in their best interest to have another player play. I don't know. I do like Tordred and how he plays, so I wish he will show up for more games. But in the meantime, we're gonna have to see if CivRider can actually pull the team to a victory here. Hello there, Swervin. Do you think Russia will get the culture victory here? Well, honestly, with this amount of Tundra, it kind of looks like he might get it. This is a very good amount of Tundra. He's probably gonna need to fight Dido at some point, but Dido is kind of far away to actually pose a problem in the early game. And as we know, Russia, as you go to a mid to late game, is getting extremely strong. With possibility to buy with extremely high faith generation, to buy units, I mean, an extremely high faith generation. So it is, yeah. It's not gonna be easy to take him out for sure. He's probably gonna be the one to get a religion in this game. It doesn't look like we have other players interested in doing that, so he might actually have Defender of the Faith here, or he might actually go for direct bonuses towards culture, like choral music or um, what was the other belief that you get? You know, the +2 faith for holy sites, +2 culture for lay ministry, I believe it's called. Yeah, lay ministry. Yeah, there we go. Finarfin, thank you very much. We are just going into turn 8 and we're gonna get that vote at the end of the turn. As usual, we do see some disasters on the map. We do have some floods, we do have some fires, and yesterday we had some amazing tiles improvements from the fires. By the way, I do wanna remember those 3-3 tiles, the 3-2s everywhere for Mr. Mapuche Dermiol getting extremely good land from those fires. You do not get to work them while they of course are burning and everything, and the fire is spreading to other tiles, but the moment they regrow, that is amazing land to have. Amazing. We did have the opposite of that as well. We did have a disaster. We did have a disaster that actually um, gave the opportunity to Blaze to take a city from a carrier there. Volcano blew right at the worst possible moment and destroyed the defensive units of carrier. And basically he left his it left his city exposed. And of course, Blaze took the opportunity and erased the city as soon as possible. You think it's a remap? I don't know. We will see. There we go. We got the vote. This is the new UI interface, user interface improvement, I should say, brought to you by our one and only Jack the Narrator. Amazing improvement, by the way. Lifesaver here. And we're gonna get to see the players that have already voted are in green. So we got 3 players that voted. We, of course, the observers do not get to vote, but we can see how it goes and how the process is. We will not see the result of the vote until it is actually finished. So 30 seconds to go for the players to vote. What will it be? What will it be? One thing I did not look at, but I'm gonna look at afterwards, and it looks like a vote to restart the game on a new map seed has been casted. It looks like the nays have it. The majority has spoken. The game will continue on the current map. And that is it. We have this map to go on. We're gonna see Russia simming with a lot of tundra. We're gonna see Miguel getting his dream war here with France going against Persia. Two very warlike, wait a second. I should say two extremely warlike players here that are gonna go head to head in the future. We're probably gonna see Persia fight France for all of the game. I'm not sure exactly who's gonna come on top, but probably both of them will have a general. And in the meantime, we do have them scouting around to see the land, and I wanted to see the terrain, right? The continents. Let's see. We have Congo Craton here. There's Amasia. Tu- tu- Anyone with a big continent split? Doesn't look like. Russia actually is with a continent split here. Can settle on 3 continents. And he did pick religious settlements. It looks like it's becoming a favorite here of the Russian civilizations. They don't want the Tundra Pantheon anymore, Dance of the Aurora, and mainly because it was nerfed to the ground, it only gets adjacencies now from the flat tiles of Tundra around you, so it's not always worth it. While getting an extra settler will give you a lot of bonuses, just because first of all you do get extra production, you do get extra pop, and that extra production really snowballs into something more. So let's hold the vote. Now that you see the map, you know the players, you do know their civilization, you've seen their spawns, and let's see if there is a favorite right now, just with the knowledge you have right now, if one of the teams is gonna win this. The question is simple: who will win? And the two answers, of course, is or are, I should say, TBD or Ulysse. And please cast your votes. Let's see. We got the moment the opinion is split 2020, now 60-40. We got 3 votes. As I was saying, Corny here does have Russia in the north free simming. We're gonna see probably France fight Persia all game, and they did meet each other right now. 5 votes into TBD. You are putting all your trust here into Corny, who is a good player, very good player. We've seen nice plays from him in the last games, and I think we're gonna see good plays from him from now on. And it looks like the vote has turned. 13 votes, 72% of the votes now cast into the favor of Ulysse. It looks like the French team with our Russian player Jack the Ripper is being favored right now. Will this catch up? We're 13 to 11, 16. Okay, now the fans from the TBD fans are starting to show up in the vote, and we have a close tie, 51 to 49%. If you don't know how to vote, at the top of the chat on the right side on the Twitch stream chat, you're gonna have a drop down arrow right next to the question who will win. Just press that arrow and you'll get the option to vote for one of these teams, TBD or Ulysse. This is, I think, the last match of the Civilization World Cup Season 2, Week 2. And next week we're gonna have I think decider matches, right? Who's gonna get the first? Who's gonna get the second? I do expect the graphic for the results to be made tomorrow, and probably gonna have it and share it if I can. If not, it's probably gonna be on the Civilization 6 World Cup Twitter account, and I do want to direct you guys there. In the meantime, Econo Roader, thank you very much for the follow, man. Welcome. I hope we're gonna enjoy this stream. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, and look at this. Jack the Ripper positioning his scouts exactly at the right spots to actually try to snatch France's settler here. He doesn't know. He's too far away with the settler to actually have vision on this, and we can actually see it. Let's switch the point of view to Catherine de Medici, so we can see what's happening here. Will he back away his warrior next turn? It doesn't look like it. And Jack the Ripper does have 3 movement on his scout, and he's not, at the moment, he's not moving it. We are past the halfway mark of the turn, 23 seconds to go in this turn, and we're waiting to see what is the move. It looks like Muriel wants to last move his settler as well. Will he want to move across here and then on this sugar tile, or will he want to settle the 2 food one? He's actually doing it, last moving it, and look at that. Oh, he moved it away. Look at that, Jack the Ripper with the scout. Both of them actually knowing that that might happen, and now he moved it at the last second. Look at unbelievable here. He might actually lose it. I think he will lose it. Jack the Ripper scout is right next to Muriel settler. He got the upper hand on that settler, and I don't think there's any way for, actually, yes there is, sorry, yes there is. He could move on the 2-2 and save his settler for another turn. The problem is he doesn't have a unit to actually escort it afterwards, and that scout will be able to come for him. And they did buy him a warrior. Let's see how Muriel will want to play it, but it is clear that Jack the Ripper managed to stop Muriel from actually getting his forward settle towards him. And did you see that, guys? Both players, this is the experience talking out of both players, right? Both of them have taken or lost so many settlers. They're now last moving every turn and trying to, outsmart their opponent using the game mechanics, knowing the movements, knowing how to do it. Let's see if shift enter works here. Remember, Jack the Ripper does need to. Oh, wait a second, they didn't ward. Did they ward each other? I think they ward each other, right? Yeah, they did ward each other. Okay, they did. And did you see that? Very nice moves there. Last moving the settler on the 2-foot grassland tire, then getting the warrior to escort it, and right now his settler is safe. Unbelievable moves here by our player Muriel, managing to save his settler at the last second from Jack's scout. He knew he might actually be in trouble here. He knew that Jack might have an extra scout somewhere, and didn't want to take the chance to move his settler unescorted, and he was right. He was right. In the meantime, we do have the closing of the poll. It looks like Ulysse is the favorite of this stream with 57% of the votes. Thank you guys for voting, and it looks like we're gonna have an interesting matchup here. We got the Craftsman picked by Mr. Jack the Ripper here on Persia, and already placing down his encampment. 2 horse tiles already improved. And let's check out the other players. What pantheon did they pick? Rome with Lady of the Reeds and Martians. Wait, what? What is this? Okay, I guess. Then we don't have any other pantheon yet, so we're gonna see who's gonna pick a pantheon this turn. Looks like Muriel has actually enough faith in the bank and he just picked it. Let's see, what did he pick? City Patreon God. So he really wants to guarantee his encampment will go down at the right time. The moment he's still waiting to see where he wants to go and settle that city. I'm pretty sure he wants to forward settle as much as possible Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper in the meantime is sending his settler towards him between the mountains here, knowing he's gonna need to get a city there. He might actually put it here. Let's see where Jack will want to go. In the meantime, there is another settler coming out next turn from Paris, and he might choose this one to go for a back settle here. Not sure exactly. The problem is we're still waiting for Muriel here to get his military resources up, his strategics, right? We got him needing iron, so I guess that's why his builder is moving towards that iron tile. In the meantime, we do have the settler, and look at that, Jack the Ripper actually shift entered back across the river there instead of trying to go forward, and I think that was the best choice. He would have gotten himself between a warrior and a slinger. Never a good place to be for a scout. Yes, I could show Rome again. He was the one that confused me here. He picked Lady of the Reeds and Marshes, and I'm not sure why. Maybe you guys can see something I don't, but I think there were other choices, especially since he's on the let's see, on the Truffle continent. He might have chosen at least Goddess of the Hunt or something else. I mean, sure, but he's not working it now. I guess it could make some for some nice May styles. You think that is the reason? It could be. Let's see. Let's count the time. This is floodplains? No. So it would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 tiles that would be improved by Lady of the Reeds and Marshes. That is actually more tiles that are improved with Goddess of the Hunt, but Goddess of the Hunt gives one food and one production at the same time. And oh wait, he has some. He's on the Ivory and Truffle continent. Wait. Oh, okay, golden. Yeah. I don't know. Do you think there was another choice for Rome to get here? A pantheon to get a pantheon here. So God of Craftsman was already taken. Um, we got the religious settlements picked. We got city patron goddess picked. I guess fertility rites would have been open. I'm not sure who picked that. If someone picked that, no. I'm guessing we're gonna see Dido here pick naval pantheon. It's either God of War and Plunder or uh, God of the Sea. Abel, I don't know what's he gonna pick actually. Maybe one of those two. Wait, what? Oh, you mean because he moved 3 tiles to the north instead of staying on the coast and then settled Osaka 1 tile to the south? Yeah, I mean, I guess it is kind of a weird choice. But to be fair, he will get a lot of food in his capital already. Look at that, 15 food production and 15 food surplus and 12 production, 12.6. Let's see what's happening here with Muel. It looks like he's being kept in check by Jack the Ripper. I think he did see, or no, he didn't see. Wait a second, Muel doesn't see yet Jack's settler. The settler does have movement, and I don't think there's any way he could actually stop it. Even with the extra diplomatic visibility on the warrior, I don't think he can kill a scout easily. He did lose the movement, and it looks like the scout has full movement here, so it shouldn't be that big of a problem. But he did get him off the river, I guess, or off his river. Oh, stone circles has been picked by the Historia, I think. Wait a second, who is this story? That's Pericles. Yes, stone circles here. And Corny has started building Oracle. That's a quick Oracle, and I guess there's nobody that's gonna give him a little bit of competition. Jessica yesterday has shown us that she really wants to get Oracle like every game, and she did go for 2 out of 2 games for Oracle. One time she did manage to get it from Colento's grasp, and the other time she did lose it to Mioel, I believe it was. In the meantime, Mule did settle his second city. That was really late considering how fast Jack the Ripper got his. Look at this. Jack the Ripper already has one general, and he's probably gonna get some more. He's building his interesting his barracks, and so he's probably gonna want to get as much as possible the general points without making projects and hard building his units. In the meantime, Paris did put down an encampment, and it looks like he will try to go for a general heal. He does have one more build. Does he? Yes, one more build charge on his unit there, on his civilian unit. and I think he could actually chop if he wanted to a project. Let's see if he wants to do that. He does have his third city almost settled, almost about. Probably is gonna settle next turn. Ooh, this is gonna be crazy. He needs to shift enter that encampment tile, or else it's gonna be taken over by the scout. And yes, he did. He did move it. I'm not sure if it was a shift enter or just a move, but he did manage to take the tile. It is really important to hold your encampment tile before it is built, because if somebody stays on it, like an enemy, the moment you finish building it, he will just pillage it and you will have to rebuild at least a part of it. So it kind of puts you back a long time. It's not a pleasure. Not a pleasure. Hypatia first scientist. Yes, you are correct. The first great scientist is Hypatia. It gives libraries provide +1 science and instantly builds a library in this district. It is a great advantage, but you do have to. Oh, look at that! Hattusa wants it, by the way. Have you ever seen a city state contest? You're a great scientist. No, I'm kidding. You don't see it in the points. It cannot, but it would have been funny though. Kind of unfortunate here for our Cree player, for Apriola, that he's not gonna get to use his scouts, but at the same time he will have good land to settle and sim. Looking at his choices, he already got to commercial hubs and placed two down. We are 9 turns away from the next era, and we're gonna see probably every player in the game getting. Oh, look at the pillage. That's, yeah, I mean, feels bad moment, but at least he didn't. Yeah, he's gonna pillage. Oh well. At least he didn't get the encampment tower, right? That's the important one. The pillage is meh. I did see a notification for Phoenicia that picked the God of the Sea here, so it looks like he is gonna get good tiles on the crab. And to answer your question, feedback about the Goddess of the Hunt, I think I can open up the Civilopedia here to actually show. So in the BBG mod, that is the Better Balance Game mode, we do have a little bit of a change for the Goddess of the Hunt, and it gives +1 food and +1 production from camps. It is honestly, if you are on the Ivory and Truffle continent, most of the time you're gonna get amazing tiles by getting it. Some players favor, of course, God of Craftsman with the extra faith and extra production. I personally really like Goddess of the Hunt as an overall pantheon. I did like it before. I think it was there was a moment it gave faith as well. Maybe it was like three faith or something, one production and three faith. It was an awesome moment. By the way, you had some amazing tiles. Oh, it looks like Jack the Ripper didn't pillage that, and I think he wants to go for the iron. In the meantime, the city of Rapa Nui has been taken over. Wait, what? I saw a city die. Where? Oh, okay, okay. I see it. So, uh, Phoenicia had two Byrims here fighting over the city of Rapa Nui, and it looks like Apriolo managed to snipe it. His warrior is on 1 health. That was an extremely lucky attack move there by Apriolo, but it did get to what he wanted to. So get him what he wanted to, I should say, and raise the city to the ground. So Phoenicia will not make use of an extra city. Does Phoenicia have another city to kill? Yes, she does. Zanzibar to the north is open to attack from the sea tiles. It's not about right and wrong, man. I mean, there are so many details in this game that I don't think there's anybody, like literally anybody, that can know all of the little details in the game. We're just trying to figure it out and get the word out, the correct information to our players. I sometimes make mistakes, and I enjoy being called out on the stream because first of all, it makes me realize that I made a mistake, and I can fix that mistake by getting the correct information to you guys, the viewers, and at the same time, I'm gonna make a mental note of, oh, okay, that happened. Okay, okay, thank you. The question here is, will Muriel manage to stop Jack the Ripper from pillaging his iron tile? At the moment, those are he's yeah, yeah, he did. Okay, never mind. So he shift entered his warrior the moment the scout from Persia was going to the south here. The problem is there will be immortals coming soon, and I don't see Paris getting enough of everything. We got the Jack the Ripper with 11 science, a turn, and 7 culture, while Mule is only on 7 and 4, 7 and 6. Sorry, he's taking iron working, but he doesn't have that many resources or pre-builds. He's making 6 gold a turn right now, for example, and only 21 in the bank. He's gonna need to rely on Apriolo there, who probably that's the reason why he was getting commercials up, so he can spend the gold. Look at this beautiful tile. Apriolo is still gonna need here to get a Pantheon. Will he get Goddess of the Hunt? He has 2 camps here, and that's about it. I don't know if it's worth it for him. I guess no. I was watching if he has more camps to the north, but there's like only 1 truffle tile there. Not sure if it's overall worth it for 3 tiles. Might be Divine Spark might be better for him. Or God of War and Plunder for his commercials, since he got them so early. Wander near Zanzibar. What is... Ooh, Matterhorn. Yes, you're right. Matterhorn next to Zanzibar here. Not that many hills around Matterhorn. I would say this is like the lower end of the Matterhorn spawns I've ever seen in the game, but it still provides that units ignore hills, so that is an amazing bonus to have. Just imagine Cossacks running wild towards Dido there and not caring about hills. That's amazing. 3 turns until Oracle is finished in the city of St. Petersburg, and I do see he has a dominant religion. Let's see what he picked. He did go for choral music. Shrines and temples provide culture equal to their intrinsic faith output, and church property, plus 2 gold for each city following this religion. So the main problem he will have is the food overall in his cities, and at some point gold. Not sure if gold will be an issue though, since he will have quite a lot of cities, and if each city will provide 2 gold, that's gonna be good. But most of the time, or I should say usually, Russia, if he gets Tundra, he's gonna go for feed the world. That is food for each building in the holy site. You get 2 food for a shrine and 4 food for a temple. That's enough food to grow your city. In the meantime, it looks like CivRider did get an encampment down of his own and trying to get the general points. Persia did get 2 generals, and I think he's too far away from getting his next one. Next turn, we're gonna see a project finish in Muriel's encampment, and I think he will get enough points. He's gonna be on 17. Yeah, it should be enough points. 13 points from I think this is the age you get 13 points for a project, so it should be enough. Did he? I think he killed his scout, right? Yeah, he killed Jack's scout here. And there we go. Actually, there were 14 points for a general, and Muriel did secure the last classical general. For anybody that doesn't know and is new to the stream, there are or to the game, there are three early classical generals that could be picked. There are only 30 general great general points, and they have already been picked. We got Hannibal Barca, Shun Tzu, and Boudica. Two of them have been picked by Jack the Ripper, and I think Shun Tzu has been activated in his capital city. Let's see. Do we have? Yes. As you can see there in the drop down menu, we got Great Works, Art of War. That is the book that has been written by Shun Tzu. Oh, look at this. Actually, the Historia went for the settle on Zangi Dangxia. Not sure exactly why he wants that. I don't think he's gonna get any early merchants or uh, generals. Even if he's making 2 points right now, don't think it's gonna be enough to get him anywhere. But anyway, in the meantime, he's gonna get that Wanter. He did get era score from it, so that might be useful in the long term. He's spamming out settlers. Looking at his cities, already two more settlers in the build. Looks like at this point, CivFr is more interested in improving his land. Already on 5 cities, Rome on 5 cities, by the way. 12 science a turn and 21 culture, while we got Russia on 16 and 17. On the other team, we got the two leaders in the science department. We got Abel Brimy and Jack the Ripper, which is kind of dangerous for our French player here, for our France player, I should say, Miel. And on the culture department, we got Jack the Ripper with 14 culture a turn. He's getting extra culture from the great book he has in his capital, not to mention the trade routes between the cities. I'm curious to see if France here will get a free settle, but no. I was thinking if he might actually be able to go on the sea here, or I should say here, but it looks like Dido will get a settle on that side, and he will be able to spam boats towards him. So it's not going to be safe to be around here. Later on in the game, the city of Toulouse will be open to attack from battleships, so that's gonna be interesting for Phoenicia to do, but that's kind of late. It would be it might actually be better for him to go on Lake Lerpa, but it doesn't look like he wants to. Redpa, I should say. We still didn't find out exactly what are their name. So if I hold a poll, for example, right now, I don't think. I think actually, um, viewers will be split on what TBD actually means. So let's actually do that. It's gonna be fun. Let's see. So what do you guys think? From all of those three names, what do you think TBD actually means? And if you have any other option, just put it in the chat, write it down in the chat, and let's see who spams the most names. Looks like Jack the Ripper is sending two immortals with a general to take down Hattusa. In the meantime, I was looking at France's city, his capital city, and he did get two swords that should be enough to take care of his defensive needs. He's gonna need more archers though, even if the immortals are extremely strong against archers. By the way, as you can see, the immortals are 47 strength against the archer with 26, and that archer does get the river defense. This is not the ranged attack, by the way. The ranged attack is only 20 strength, and it should be a lot different, right? The result should be a lot different. We are seeing the melee attack right now. It should be like sword on archer. Wow, everybody's voting. It looks like for the big dogs. That is their name. That's how they should be called. I know the team was called to be announced, but first in the first season that was their or in the Historia Type E stream tournament when they first um, I should say gathered. I'm not sure why they changed it to TBD, so that's what I'm trying to find out. I didn't actually get a response from the players, but maybe there is one TBD member in the stream chat, and he can enlighten us on the actual name. Oh, look at that! Almog is saying that he knows. There we go. Also, hello there, Commie Smurf and our cast. Oh, Elmog is keeping it a secret. What is this? Come on, looks like the stream chat actually wants to vote. 78% of them, 7 votes is in the big dogs. They want to see you guys being called the big dogs here. Maybe get a logo out with a pit bull or something. Hey there, Ponyo. Welcome. Wow. So it is like a counter to small PP. Oh, nice, nice. The great reveal will be made probably. Are you guys joining the CCC? Salam Golian kick. Anyway, in the meantime, it looks like after Muriel did get his general, Jack the Ripper did lose interest in pushing him early, sending his immortals to take down Hattusa as fast as possible. Hattusa it's not being soused by anyone right now. And as far as I can see, nobody actually soused any city state. And I was hearing some. Why am I hearing legions? Oh, okay. I'm hearing upgrades here. It looks like a CivRider will take down Yerevan to have an extra city, and he will get a border with Greece. So that might actually be an interesting fight. The hoplites, as we know, are not very powerful against melee units. They are extremely powerful against anti-cavs, or against cav units, I should say, because they are anti-cavs, and they do get that +10 when near each other. But in the meantime, these legions will probably get Yerevan extremely fast. They will get some promotions off, and it should be interesting to find out what's gonna happen here. 2 more votes in the big dog's name. And then we got to be determined with only 3 votes, 75%. Think it's gonna be the big dogs. We're still waiting on what's gonna happen here. Sorry about that steam noise getting getting invites for some stupid things like skins and stuff. Wow, look at this, two turning a settler in his second city. And Jack the Ripper already getting Ancestral Hall as his governor building of choice. As you know, Ancestral Hall does give you a boost to your settlers. It also gives you a free builder whenever you settle a city. I'm curious to see how Muriel will actually choose to expand here. If he's gonna stay behind this floodable terrain, or if he's gonna try to push at some point Jack. Uh, at this moment, it looks like he did notice that Hatusa is under attack and is moving at least one sword there, so he can keep the choke. That is one thing that was missing in, or I should say, some players didn't manage to do properly in some games, and we've seen some very sad days when one single legion managed to push through a one tile choke with a general and killed another player. One single legion, guys. One. It was one. The one. It was a legion from the Matrix. Let's see. Mr. Japan here, 4 cities with Ancestral Hall himself. It looks like it's going to be a new favorite for the French players to go for Ancestral Hall. He's going to have another city, I guess, in next turn or this turn. He has movement. Why is he not settling? Don't tell me he's going to wait 6 turns to get Ancestral Hall, because, I mean, that's not worth it. Very good city state Bologna for any kind of culture victory or science victory, I should say. It does give districts with a building provide one great person point of their type, that is great writers, great artists, and great musicians for theater squares, for example. It does give the same bonus to campuses with a library, so it's very useful. Yes, Ponyo, I could. Well, at the beginning, it looks like we have in the middle of the map, we got Rome next to Pericles here. But the moment, it doesn't look like the Historia knows the danger. I don't think he scouted that much. He does have a warrior here, and I think he sees what's happening in Yerevan, but he doesn't know how far away Rome is or how close it is. We do have Russia in the north free simming, and as you can see, he's already expanding everywhere. He did pick choral music with church property as his religious beliefs. So he's gonna have more culture and of course gold from his cities. In the meantime, his cities will lack food because he didn't pick feed the world. Um, he's from the looks of it, he wants to go for an early culture victory. He did get Oracle and has an early theater square here and a Lavra. Um, Phoenicia here spawned with a quote unquote free sim location. He did kill one city state, Rapa Nui, that was here, and actually he tried to take it over, but there was a Kree warrior there that managed to take it at the last second with remaining with 1 HP, but still got the job done. It raised the city, so it was not a free city for Phoenicia. In the meantime, he relocated his boats towards the north, towards the city of Zanzibar, and is slowly but surely taking down the garrison health there, as you can see. In the meantime, building Ancestral Hall himself, and he's gonna probably expand everywhere in this land. Abel next to him, not sure exactly what he's doing, but it looks like he's building up his harbors. We just entered the new age, and we are 1727 turns until the next one. Let's check out the golden ages that each of them picked. We got CivRider in a Pembrasian voice golden age. We got Corny going for a monumentality. Well, that's not unusual with Russia. He's making 46 faith a turn already. Muel, Pembrasian voice with France here. We got Apriolo with a pen brush voice himself. Then we got on the other team, Jack the Ripper, pen brush and voice with Persia, Distoria, pen brush and voice, Abel with a free inquiry. Probably that's the reason he's spamming his cities everywhere, spamming his harbors, I mean, everywhere. Then last but not least, Leech with a free inquiry Golden Age, getting the extra science from his unique harbors. Those are the Cothons. In the meantime, I want to say there was an extremely nice scene at the beginning of the game here. Um, Mioel was moving a settler, like casually moving a settler here through this line, and Jack the Ripper had a scout on this tile, on the 2-1 tile to the north. They both moved at the last second of the turn and saw each other, and Muriel quickly turned around and moved to this tile. It then shift entered on the maze. It was just enough, so Jack the Ripper couldn't actually take his settler. It did delay him quite a few turns, but it didn't manage to take him down completely or take his settlers. So that was amazing plays here by both of them. Um, Jack the Ripper managing to keep France from taking a settler to this location and for settling him, and at the same time delaying France as much as possible. In the meantime, Jack did take the city of Hattusa to the south and managed to get two of his early generals, one of them being Shun Tzu, and he did activate Shun Tzu, of course, getting that early culture. Already making 28 science and 31 culture. Look at that. While Mule is only on 10 and 23. It's gonna be a while until he recovers, but he does have a +3 campus in the build in Toulouse, and right now is applying a push on Persia's city. Eject the first last mover. France is actually pushing. He was actually telling me this earlier today. I was asking him about how was the game yesterday and congratulating him on the win and everything, and he was saying, "Oh man, I really wanted to irel myself with Mapuche into someone, and he didn't get that chance. Well, today he has that chance. He can get with France. He could irel himself into Jack the Ripper. I think Jack the Ripper will be extremely happy to find that." So let's see exactly how this will play between the two players. Both of them are very good war players and simmers at the same time. And I know most of you know Jack the Ripper, but you don't know that much about Mule. You're gonna see him in this game. In the meantime, I saw Rome take over the city of Yerevan to the west here of Corinth, and Historia is watching from a safe distance with a scout what's happening. He does have also a warrior in the south, so he will know the moment these legions actually come for him. In the moment, in this particular time, he is building some swordsmen. Actually, it's hard building them. This is interesting. That's a lot of production, but I guess uh, he does have those improved stone tiles. He did pick stone circles, and right now stone circles, if you don't know, has been changed. It gives instead of 3 faith for the quarry, it gives +1 production and +1 faith. It kind of resembles God of Craftsmanship. And the city of Zanzibar has been taken over by what? Russia? Wait, what? Well, oh my, unbelievable. Phoenicia here trying to take 2 city-states and both of them been taken over. He must be so mad right now. Let's see what's happening here. It looks like Muriel is slowly but surely pushing in on Jack. Jack just lost an immortal. And remember, France does get a +3 diplomatic visibility, or I should say an extra diplomatic visibility so level, and that gives him a +3 on attack and on defense, while Jack the Ripper on Persia only has a +3 from what do you call it? Let me see. It was something from. Wasn't Persia getting +3 on attack or something? Oh yeah, there we go. +3 when attacking. It doesn't actually get. I don't know how it's called. How the trait is called. Oh, the fall of Babylon is called. Okay, I get. I don't really think this attack will go anywhere. He might just lose the units trying to take down the city. I don't think the city will go down enough in the garrison health to be able to be raised next turn. Kind of doesn't look like it. In the meantime, Jack is getting more units there. Is look at that, how fast he's making those immortals from his back cities. Remember, because Persia does get internal trade routes, those internal trade routes do provide him extra production, extra culture, extra gold, and everything. So ooh, this might be a last move, first move. Oh my god, it's gonna be a last move, first move into the city. He's actually gonna take the city, and oh my, this is a feels bad moment. Please press F in the chat for Jack the Ripper City. Is he gonna take it? This is the question. Is it gonna take it, or will he will? Look at this. He will. He just got the moves, will enter the round, and he will take the city, boys. Please press F. Jack the Ripper just lost the city to a few French units here, and that city will probably be razed to the ground. There we go. Well, if Jack wasn't annoyed right now by Muriel, he's clearly annoyed. In the meantime, looks like Muriel is interested in getting the campuses up. He's gonna lack gold at some point, but he does have Pembrush and Voice. Looks like he's getting Pingala established next turn in Toulouse. That's gonna give him an extra science from his population. At the same time, giving him a +15 bonus overall in the city. Not to mention, in 3 turns, +3 campus will be finishing there. Another campus is gonna finish in his capital city. This is +2 next to his government plaza. And what did he pick as a building of choice? The audience chamber is in his capital plaza. Is it finished? It kind of looks finished. There is also a fire started between the cities of Rouen and Reims, and as you can see, he does have 4 cities at the moment, because he managed to raise a city from Jack the Ripper. They are on equal count. And oh my god, the shift enter from Muriel, saving his horseman at the last second there. Basically, these immortals were just left hanging and, just watching what's happening there. Not having enough movement to actually go and attack and take over the horse or kill the horse. Two more cities settled this turn by Persia, the city of Zdranka and Sparta in the north and east, and in the west. It's getting better and better here. Another settler out. He does have what do you call it? Ancestral hall, so he's gonna get them improved really fast. Let's see how Muriel here will get the upper hand, if he will get the upper hand. As you can see, even Jack was really surprised by this counter attack or attack. I can only imagine how how much Jack is raging because he lost that city. And look at that, Phoenicia actually had to take over Zanzibar from Corny and liberated it. Oh, interesting. That's gonna give him quite a lot of points, diplomatic points, right? Favor points. Yeah, there we go. 100 diplomatic points in Liege's favor. What is Rome doing? This is gonna be interesting. What will Rome do here? He was trying to get a general. He did have an encampment down. He did build the Temple of Artemis in the city of Rome. Got a few campuses here and there. His output right now is 35 science and 49 culture. That is quite a decent, more than decent amount of science, I believe. If you compare him to Corny, for example, who is going for a culture victory, he only has 25 science and 42 culture. But Rome does get the advantage of having those free monuments from his cities, and looking at his expansion right now, he did make a lot of them. 246 cities, while Russia is, oh, look at this. Russia is on 2, 4, 6, 7 cities already, with a few horses out, and is building campuses. This is going to be a good +5 campus. Um, he does have. He just bought another settler from the city of Novgorod, and is spamming out his temples because he picked the choral music. The temples will provide him with an extra +4 culture each. So that's 8 culture from 2 cities, another 4 culture from another city. So 12 culture just from his temples. He's gonna quickly overcome CivRider in the culture department. At this moment, it doesn't look like Distoria will be able to defend properly. He's only making 31 culture a turn with 19 science, and I think the player that should start defending culture victory is able, or should be, I should say, should be able. This moment, it doesn't look like he's going for it. He's more interested in settling more cities here, and since he did build Ancestral Hall, he's gonna get free builders from those. In the meantime, just getting gold for his team. He's making 31 gold a turn. Ridge is making 28. While look at that, Distoria and Jack are both under 10, like together they're under 10 gold a turn. While on the other team we got Apriolo on 47 gold a turn. He did rush out his commercials and is getting a lot of gold from those, while CivRider is making 40 gold himself. Hypatia was picked by somebody, but let's see who. It looks like Kree was the one to pick Hypatia. It will give him a free library. Okay, 1 second, guys. I'm gonna just leave the screen here to see what's happening in Kree's land. Okay, there we go. I'm back. I didn't see earlier, but I do see now. It looks like Kree did go for the Pantheon of God of War and Plunder. That will give him extra commercial points, and or I should say great merchant points. And looking at his point making, he's already on 9.2 great merchant points a turn, while Greece is only on 2 points a turn. The next great merchant is actually a good one. Grants a free trader unit, and the cities, the foreign trade routes to this city provide 2 gold to both cities. Uh, on the great the War and Plunder Pantheon does give him great admiral points or great general points, but he doesn't have any encampment or harbor at this point, so it doesn't really help him. At the moment, it looks like CivRider is trying to force Dystoria to make a defensive line, and it looks like Greece did make a defensive line. He has three swords already on the border towards on the west side of Corinth. Not to mention the archers are coming out as well. He just picked one great writer, but it looks like Russia is gonna be the one who's gonna get the most great writers. Look at that, 11.5 great writer points a turn. He did get Oracle in the city, and as we know, Russia is well known for his for its great writer points. Right, extremely early game, getting more theater squares out and starting to build up Adana in his capital city of St. Petersburg. That's gonna give him or open up the possibility for him to get more music slots in the city. Uh, Using Pingala right now as his governor. At some point, I think he will switch with Moksha. Moksha will give him extra tourists or extra tourism, I should say. The promotions have been switched. Pingala has been split, and now we have on Moksha the connoisseur and the curator promotion, and that is a good one. But it's kind of weird to use when you're going for a culture victory. You're gonna need to figure out how you want to build your wonders and when you want to switch them. In the meantime, Pingala did remain with 100% great people points, and I think that is the reason we got Russia making so many uh, great writer points. He is making great musician points as well. 4.6 great musician, but Greece is on 6. So he probably spanned his acropolises from every city. Yeah, instead of getting monuments, that was what I was saying. Usually, what Greece's do is, or are just doing building their acropolises and getting the points from those. Especially the great musicians will be extremely valuable late game or mid to late game. What is this city? I mean, I guess it's good because of the coastal tiles. He's gonna get to work the whales and the fish, but what is this city otherwise? He's probably just settling everywhere right now. Liege is expanding with Phoenicia's bonuses. As we know, it does get very fast settlers. Oh, look at that. Another two settlers coming out from his first two cities. He has another one about to settle next day. And another two cities to his east, MTW and Sidon, with settler. Just look at this expansion from. This is amazing to see. Is he gonna try to go against Russia at some point? Kind of feels weird, but we're gonna see if Leech will actually try to push Russia, maybe with some land units here. Russia, at this point, he thinks he's safe, so he's not building that many units. He has some units towards the west, where he also has a settler there. He's probably gonna settle in a few tens, maybe 2 tens. I think the marsh will be the settle of choice. It's gonna have a good +5 campus on that ship tile. In the meantime, in his main cities, he's getting Apadana, he's getting wonders, he's getting the temples up. He's did recruit one great writer and probably gonna go for another. And we are just through the first 4 great writers, and let's see what's the count for that. We got one, 2, 3 great writers for Russia and only one for our Greek there, Dystoria. On the ill stab, it looks like Civ Rider is ahead in science from his team, 59 science with 66 culture. Jack the Ripper on the other team is leading the way with 38 science and 38 culture. In the meantime, Mule did manage to catch up. He's on his own 34 science and 35 culture, while it looks like Historia is on, lagging behind with 23 science but 41 culture. He's leading the way in the culture department from his team. Clearly gonna wanna go and defend culture victory as much as possible. He does have the civilization to do it. In the meantime, he needs to defend himself against the three legions here. That looks like they picked off something here. Was that a sword? I don't think that was. What was that? Maybe it was just. I don't think there was a loss there. It happens anyway. More swordsmen are being produced in the series of Pericles, and I think he will be safe. There are only three legions. I don't see the general even with them. I don't even know. Oh, yeah, never mind. There was a general, but it was picked by France. So, never mind, never mind. In the meantime, there is a push from Persia towards France. He's trying to get a defensive line there, and he did build two more settlers. Probably one will be settled near that river, and another one on the last place he settled the city last time that was raised. So we're gonna see how this will play out. I do want to point out that Persia's bonuses do kind of fizzle off after the first era, after you lose the immortals. So this is the moment Jack the Ripper needs to shine. Otherwise, it's just gonna be one of those normal civilizations. France, on the other hand, will start to shine after it gets its castles technology. That will unlock a free spy, and when he gets printing, he will get an extra diplomatic visibility. So he will start stacking up the points, or I should say, the damage points against Persia really, really quickly after that point. It's gonna be it's gonna get harder and harder for Jack the Ripper to keep up on the same technology level. So his only chance is to outtake France here, even though France is trying to keep up as much as possible. As I was saying, they're not that far away in the science output. Although at this point, CivRider is getting away with science and cities. Look at that, 2, 4, 6, 8 cities right now for our Roman player here, while Dido on the other team is doing the same, 2, 4, 6, 8 cities with more settlers on the way. And Russia is a little bit trying to stop his cities expansion and get the wonders up. As I was saying, look at that. Padana pyramids, hanging gardens being built in 3 of his cities, getting more granaries up for his food production and amphitheaters, while building some campuses here and there just to get the science going. Looks like Jack the Ripper chopped most of his land here, most of his hills in his first city, in his capital city, and at the moment just spamming out settlers everywhere. We're gonna see if that actually helps him. He is also spamming commercial hubs, and it might be an idea for him in the new age that is coming in 8 turns to go for a free inquiry. He might actually get more bonuses out of that, since he's gonna be close to medieval fairs. Medieval fairs will give him 3 culture per trade route, per internal trade route towards his cities. I mean, that's and at the same time, the commercials will give him a lot of science bonus. We're gonna see if he wants to go for that or not. Still, his first city, that is his capital city, does not have a commercial and is still five population. He did go for Magnus, and I'm not sure exactly if he picked the promotion for not losing a population, but we can check that. Yes, he did. No, he didn't actually. No, he didn't. Provision was the promotion I was talking about. He's working on surplus logistics right now. 20% growth in the city, and the trade routes to Magna City provide two food and two production. Uh, that is, I guess, a debate if that is the best choice of a governor. I personally like Pingala's promotion of shared knowledge. The domestic trade routes to Pingala cities provide +3 science. So you do get amazing trade routes to your capital city at the same time as food, gold, and culture. Lasker01, thank you very much for the follow, man. Welcome. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat. The same thing with spamming commercials is it looks like it's happening in Rome's land and Kree's land. As we've noticed in most of the games in the CWC and the Historia Type Stream Tournament, you do have amazing advantages if you have enough gold in the team. It is very good to keep it. So let's see who will win this time, as we did have a poll at the beginning, and it looked like you guys are favoring Ulysse in this case. And I mean, at this point, I'm not exactly sure myself. It can go both ways. We have free seeming Russia that will go for a culture victory. We have a defender from Team Ulysse in Pericles that has a good chance of defending his culture victory, but at this moment he's pushed by Rome, so he might actually have bigger problems than defending culture. One turn away from getting a machinery. He does have a lot of pre-built archers, so he could get uh, crossbows. Well, that means a lot of gold. He is building Warlord's Throne of the Government Plaza building of choice, and has a lot of Acropolises on the field or built in the cities. Hey there, Apollo Master, welcome. In the meantime, Corny with Russia is 77 culture, 37 science. As I was saying, he did finish those temples and started getting a lot of culture from the choral music. He's finishing Apadana next turn and Hanging Gardens at the same time. That will give him food and housing in the cities, as far as I know. But let me check. I'm just gonna quickly check Hanging Gardens bonuses. Yes, there we go. We got increased growth by 50% in all cities. Then you get +2 housing in the city in which the wonder is built, with one housing in all other cities within 6 tiles. So it looks like all of these cities, 1, 2, 3, 4 cities, will get an extra housing and a 50% boost to all of his empire's cities into growth. Yes, yes. In this Civilization World Cup Season 2, it looks like Jack the Ripper switched sides, and he doesn't want to play with the Americans anymore. He went for the Frenchies. He got recruited there by Liege. I mean, they did have some trouble in the last season. I should say Team Ulysse had some trouble in the last season, so maybe them recruiting Jack was a logical choice to beef up their roster. They are a much stronger team right now, and looking at their first results, kind of looks like they're the favorite of their group. The second team favorite in the group is this one. So we are now looking at the group B, um, with the first and second place, I should say. Who's gonna get the first? Who's gonna get the second place here? I think neither team has lost a game by now, as far as I know. So yeah, this is the decider match. Who's gonna get it? I do think at this point, uh, CivRider will get an enormous chance here to make a timing attack on Greece at some point. Maybe with some cuirassiers, maybe with some tanks. I don't know exactly what he's thinking at this point, but it looks like he is well over the science needed to overcome any kind of defense Distoria will be putting on the field. Look at that, Distoria only making 26 science, and Civ Rider already on 89 science with 89 culture. We are going into the next stage in 5 turns, so we're gonna see if all of them or some of them will get golden age, and who will get the golden age. It is really important to get the golden age bonuses, and as we've seen, it kind of breaks or makes the game. Bekrai, thank you very much for the follow. I will look over the era score in a few turns, so we are as close as possible to knowing who will get the golden age and who will not get the golden age. In the meantime, I'm just gonna quickly scroll over what's happening here. It looks like Russia did manage to raise the city of Zanzibar, only taking it over once, but then Liege put 2 barims on the attack there and managed to take it back, liberated it, got 100 favor points, and in the meantime, it looks like Russia did go for another attack with the horses and raised it to the ground. These horses, I think, do have the Matterhorn promotion that make them ignore hills, so they're extremely fast. Even if their movement speed is only 4, they can move. Moving through hills now only cost them 1 point instead of 2. So you can imagine moving 4 tiles instead of only 2 tiles. It is an extreme advantage. We are starting to see Theater Square Festival projects in the cities of Russia, so he's clearly going for a great musician here, equaling the points that Greece has in great musicians. As we know, usually when you get the Theater Square, you do get the 3 points. You get Great Admiral, you get a Great Artist point, and you get also a Great Musician point. You do get to upgrade those points with the necessary buildings, but the Great Musicians to be upgraded, you do need the broadcast centers. Those are really late on the tree. On the technology tree, so in the meantime, he's gonna need to settle for Theater Square Festival projects. And I think at some point he will get more out of his buildings, right? He needs the buildings in the city to get more points. Great artist points, great artist points, great writers. Yeah, great writers. 12.6 great writer points a turn. Looks like Greece will get to recruit another writer there. And there we go, the knights are coming onto the field from the Roman cities. I think he's starting to hard build them, from what I can see. He did go for, what was it, audience chamber, or was it, let me see, his government plaza? It was audience chamber, so he's gonna go for high population cities. He did get Victor as a governor, Pingala, Liang, Magnus, and Moksha in his capital city. Very good output, or I should say use of his governors here. Let's see if it's gonna be worth it, and if Distoria will fall to his aggression here. He did get an encampment, but don't think did he get a general? I don't see the general on the field here. You guys see the general? No. So let's see on his general points on the screen. He's making 2 great general points a turn, and he's gonna need at least 2 projects to actually recruit Ethelfeld. In the meantime, Persia is getting great general points as well, and he's only one project away from recruiting that guy. So let's see who's gonna get him first. Look at this. Jack the Ripper will forward settle Paris here, will forward settle Mule, I think in a few turns. Maybe 2 turns. Does he have movement? Only one movement, so it will take 1 or 2 turns to actually move it to the right spot. But he's gonna be really, really close to France here. France did get his crossbows onto the field. The crossbows, if I hover over, they don't have enough of a punch right now to go against the Immortals, and as we know, the Immortals do have a ranged attack, so it's gonna be, there's gonna be a lot of arrows and yeah, I guess arrows flying all over the place here. I wanted to say spears, but then I saw the animation and there are clearly arrows there. Why are they not spears? I mean, never mind, whatever. Oh, look at this. Look at this mule starting to break the line here from Jack the Ripper. And I think Jack the Ripper got the message and he's retreating his settler. It doesn't look like he's gonna be able to settle it there safely. He's probably gonna lose that city anytime. That crossbow just got to a level 2 promotion. It has the volley promotion and the arrow storm, so getting a plus 12, an easy plus 12 against units. And just looking at the damage, at France, France just got to the castles. Technology, he just upgraded his horses. Those horses will be extremely fast and much more powerful, I should say. They got 44 base melee strength, and as you can see, they're 52 right now. Only with 3 indel on opponent's movements. That is the result of the diplomatic visibility, and I think France, what did he? I think he's just sending his spy in. Let me switch over to the point of view of France, and yes, there we go. Noel is the operative from France, and is traveling right now to Hattusa. That will give France extra diplomatic visibility, and I think in the meantime he is working on, oh no, never mind, he's working on apprenticeship. He should get printing as soon as possible. That is going to give him an extra diplomatic visibility on all other civilizations, so he could get plus 12 quite easily. He does have Boudica as his general that does apply an extra plus 5 to the crossbows and extra movement. Don't think it actually affects the coursers, right? No. Oh, they do affect the coursers, never mind. So Boudica does affect the coursers as well. They're medieval. Right, medieval units. So the damages are starting to stack on France's favor, and we're gonna need to see if Persia will actually manage to outproduce the spamming of units of France. It looks like France is preparing for an attack, getting catapults down, getting more science, and in the meantime just losing one crossbow. That level 2 crossbow actually got raised. That was impressive. Anyway, 2 turns until the next era. Let's switch back to the general points of view, and let's take a look at the era score. We got CivRider with 59 out of 58 points. That is gonna guarantee him his golden age. Courtney on 92 out of 82, definitely gonna get his with that spam of wonders. I don't think we actually needed to see that. Mioel, 43 out of 57, is probably gonna be in a Dark Age. That might actually help him. Apriolo, 15 out of 58, he's gonna get his Golden Age. Oh, actually Mioel just got Monarchy, 45 out of 57. Okay, interesting. We got the Jack the Ripper, 42 out of 62, not gonna get his golden age. Distoria, 40 out of 55. He's gonna lose his pen brush and voice there with Pericles, and in the meantime, he might actually lose all of his army once those knights from CivRider get to the front lines. I think they might actually be converted into cuirassiers at that point. He's that far ahead with 100 science, the first civilization in the game to get to the 100 science mark at turn 52. This Abel Brimi with Japan, 55 out of 54 era score points. He definitely gonna get his. And Liege, 54 out of 56. He is only 2 points away from guaranteeing his golden age. Will he make it though? That is the question here. He's making +3 campus over here. That might actually give him the points. Remember, we are 2 turns away. That means there is one more turn until the players can actually get it. I don't see a campus. Oh, I see it. Never mind. I see another +3 campus. So he did get that. Let me see anything else. He could choose a city state and I guess and levy it. Let me see if he will actually. I see he has Vilnius, and Vilnius only needs 140 gold to take control to levy the army. That will give him 1 point. Coleres du present. Thank you very much for the follow. That's a hard name to pronounce, my say. That's really hard, man. And there we go, the coursers are starting to push the immortals, and it looks like right now Jack the Ripper is in trouble. He is starting to build crossbows of his own and retreating his army. He does have a general, and he's probably gonna get another one. That would be a medieval renaissance one. Yes, he is 3 turns away from, actually 2 turns, oh no, wait, that is Rome. Actually, his Persia is 1 project away, but he's not making a project. Okay, interesting. In the meantime, as you saw, Rome did get enough points in 2 turns to get a general. That would mean he's gonna have Ethelfeld. It will apply damage bonuses to his knights, and he will get extra movement speed against these Greek units. Greece is trying desperately to get more campuses out. He was in a pen brush and voice golden age, and that means he's gonna lose all the culture he's getting right now from his districts and gold at the same time. He's not making that much gold, only 11 gold, and he might actually have 11 districts as well. He had at least 6 acropolises. That's 6 less gold when he gets to the golden age. So it's gonna hit him hard in the next era. He's building right now this campus. Where is it? Where's this campus? This is the campus. Yes, that's a +2 campus and another +4 campus. Okay, so that would give him a little bit of science, but still he is a third of CivRider science at this point in time. 29 science versus 102. It's not even funny. Yeah, I think though you're right here. It might be CivRider is beelining cuirassiers. Yes, he is beelining cuirassiers, just getting a lot of pre-builds behind them, getting those knights there, hard building them as much as possible. 6 turns away from getting ballistics. He did guarantee his golden age with 62 points out of 58, so he's gonna get another one. That's gonna help him. And now we just rolled over. Let's see. We're gonna have the Congress session next turn, and I'm gonna need to synchronize on the options with my co-caster there, my French co-caster Foxhounds. We're gonna nullify our votes. In the meantime, let's check out this push, amazing push here from France into Persia's land. Persia did get knights, and in the meantime is building a lot of crossbows. Will these crossbows be up to the challenge though? Look at the damage counters. Let me check it out. He does not have anything there. Let's say Victor for example, to help him. And it does look like he's trying to build walls in 2 turns, but Mule is getting an answer to that. It does have catapults on the way. And I wanted to see, let's see, the crossbows are actually 53 attack strength with a general and with the military alliance against the coursers that are 56. And at this point, it doesn't look like that spy got into the city of Hattusa. Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, what? What? Wait a second. What is this? Come on. Mr. Mule, what are you doing? Oh my god, Mule using the spy to siphon funds instead of action. Oh, wait a second. Mule is on minus 30 gold a turn. Wow. Wow, boys. Only having 3 turns worth of gold balance in the bank. He's putting everything into this. I think the only player that I've seen going that low on gold production, it was actually Jack the Ripper. So maybe Jack the Ripper found his match right now in Muir. He's totally rolling himself right into Jack here. We do have the first player from Ulysses team to go over 100 science, Leech there with 106. And since we do have the next stage, let's check out the golden ages. We have Rome, Russia, Japan, Daido and Cree in a golden age. Then we have France, Persia and the Greeks, the Pericles in a dark age. Okay, let's check it out. What do we do here? One in entertainment. One in Great Prophet. Actually, no, not great. Great Engineer. Okay. And one for me. So, Fox Sounds. Okay. Oh, I said me instead of... Okay, I said I didn't vote. That works. Man, this bug, man, this is so annoying, but whatever. I'm gonna have to work it. So, Entertainment Complex, Great Engineer, and me. I voted A, he votes B. Okay. Wait, what? He shift entered the Congress? Oh my god. I mean, I guess it's not that important. It was what? Districts, it was points for people, great people, and the diplomatic victory. I guess the diplomatic victory might actually cost them in the long run if Dido there will try to go for one. Oh, it wasn't. What do you mean it wasn't on purpose? I mean, did he try to retreat his units or something? What? Oh my god, he tried to retreat the immortal, didn't he? Wow. Well, this is gonna be a problem, a real big problem for Jack the Ripper here. If these coursers are gonna start two-shotting his crossbows everywhere, it's gonna be an extremely big problem. Those crossbows do need to stay alive to keep shooting. I think he just lost a courser here. This crossbow has a 0.5 movement left, so he's I think he's able, right, to attack. He does have an attack. I mean, I think it's I think it you need to dedicate enough resources into a diplomatic victory to actually make it viable, a viable option. It's not maybe it's not that easy or harder, I should say. It's not that hard as science or culture, but you still need to do a lot for it, right? So I think it's balanced. It is kind of unbalanced when you put into account FFAs or uh, stuff like that, or the history of a player. But that only happens in FFAs, so. Oh, look at this. CivRider going for a cheeky military engineer. He's gonna build somewhere a tunnel and just pour his cuirassiers through with impunity into Distoria's land. Distoria did catch up a little bit in the science department, but still he's a third of CivRider's science there, 43 science and 120 culture. He did get his crossbows right now promoted from archers, but it's not enough science. Still not enough science. Trying to get more, but it might be too late. And look at the bombard spam from Rome, the cuirassiers pre-builds into the knights. He's gonna get a general, or he got a general. Oh, he passed it? What? Oh, he wants the core one. Okay, oh, interesting. You mean from taking over cities or capitals, I should say? I'm not sure if it was patched or not. I didn't see it in the patch notes. Maybe we're gonna see it in the patch notes now in the next version. I don't know. For example, I'm looking right now in the mod updates channel in CPL, and the last version is 3.11.3, so we don't have the latest patches here, patch notes I should say, from 3.11.4. That is why, for example, on the website, on the cpl.gg website, I don't have it, the 3.11.4 version. Oh, okay. Again, I haven't played vanilla in a long time, my friend. I would like to play it though. Maybe it should be one of those fun games we have. Looking at France's attack here, it doesn't look like he's gonna make any kind of headway. I think he should have based his spy into the city to get a listening post there, get extra diplomatic visibility on his opponent. At the moment, he just doesn't have enough damage to overcome Persia's units, so I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Oh, that was a mistake. So the fact that Jack actually killed that catapult, opened up the tile for another catapult to take its place, and with the extra movement the general gave it's giving to it, it was able to shoot down the walls. So he got actually two catapult shots on the walls this turn instead of only just one, if it just let it be. I might have spoken too soon. It looks like Jack the Ripper does not have enough defensive because defensive bonuses. He's moving around his units. He's attacking instead of keeping them fortified, especially against these French units that do have extra diplomatic visibility on him. And yeah, he's being kept in check real nice and tight here by France. Getting a boo next to his units as well. This is the scientist that gives a passive effect with 20 HP healing for all the players' units within one tile. Very, very useful scientist near your units. If you don't know, while you are outside your borders, your units do not heal that much. They heal really, really slowly. When you are inside your unit's borders, they do heal a lot, so it kind of depends on that. Let's see on the yields tab. Oh man, Mule is still on minus 20 gold a turn. We do have CivRider there with 100 gold a turn and Apriolo at the same time. They are kind of feeding as much as possible into Mule so he can get that war going. On the other side, we do have Jack the Ripper making 29 gold a turn, but is getting a little behind in the science department and on the same level in the culture department. Only 54 science on Jack the Ripper there. Will he take the city? Will Mule take the city of Halicarnassus again? This is, I would like to remind everyone, this is the second time Persia settled the city here, and he might actually lose it for a second draw in a second, on a second attack. Unbelievable. It looks like the generals have been recruited. Ethelfeld has been recruited by Persia, and we have Rome going for El Cid. That is the general that will allow him to form a core unit out of a military land unit. I don't actually think he's going to want to activate it, but he's going to surely want to get the boost from it and the later stage of the game activate it when it will no longer matter, I guess. Let's check out the damage counters. It looks like in Corinth there is a victor established there, so it will provide an extra +3 defense for all of the swordsmen or units inside of the city's borders. It can also beef up the garrison defense strength, and at the same time, with a certain promotion, with a third promotion, it would allow the city's walls to do a double attack. It's a useful, very useful defensive governor. And look at that, the city of Halicarnassus did fall a second time here. I would say press F again in chat. Unbelievable performance here from France, not letting Jack the Ripper getting the upper hand on him and managing to punish Jack the Ripper for every time he's getting close to him. Even with the minus 19, minus 20 gold a turn, he's getting the upper hand on Jack. I think Jack is furious right now. I can't really watch his stream, but actually I could put it up on, on the stream here to restream his. But oh my god, I think you guys are watching him, so you can tell me the details there, the spicy details. He's probably not happy about this result. Not happy about it. And this time it looks like France wants to keep the city of Halicarnassus and not let it not raise it like last time. He's building some more knights from his main cities and getting more coursers onto the field. Those coursers will probably become calves at some point in the game. Not sure if he wants to go top 3 or I should say field cannons or let's actually check it, right? It's better to check it. Oh, he's going metal casting. Okay, so he's going bombards. Okay, got it. So it's, oh my god, I just my game just crashed. Getting back into it. Give me a second, guys. Sorry for it. Do you guys want to change your votes? Do you think? Do you still think Ulysse will win this? It might be all up to Liege in this game. Liege and Abel, bring me there. Oh wait, what? Okay, finally I'm back in the lobby. Starting up now. Joining. I was watching a little bit Jack's stream and Mr. Wasabaza there was trying to bribe Jack into CCing the game for $20. Oh, looks like Distoria is actually making the correct units against these knights and possible cuirassiers in the future. He's building pikemen. They will be really vulnerable to ranged units though, and even I think bombards. Let me see, what are the damage counts? 51 bombard on attack against a pikeman that is 53 on defense with a lot of defense there. Look at that, the +3 garrison commander, +5 from military alliance, +4 from oligarchic legacy card, so he's getting all the damage bonuses there, or at least the story is. He knows it's coming, he knows the attack is probably gonna be next. Yeah, he's gonna need to defend himself against France here at the same time, and France does have, oh, listening post right now. He switched the mission for his for his spy, and he's gonna get an extra diplomatic visibility. And I think these immortals are gonna be kind of useless on attack right now. Even look at this, even on melee attack, they're kind of useless against swordsmen from France. And Isaac Newton is available, is gonna be picked by Rome, who is the science leader in the game anyway. 137 science with 107 culture. We got him 10 points away from picking the scientist, and there's no one, like no one from Ulysses team to actually contest it. Since we are turn 60, we are in the second age. We do see who got a golden age, who didn't go for a golden age, and we also know what happened in the game most of the time. Let's hold another vote here and see what is your opinion, the viewers, about who's gonna win this game. I think you guys will change your vote for sure. You're gonna change your vote. I do wanna remind you guys, there was more than 55, I think 56% of you voted for Team Ulysse in the first vote. There were a lot of votes for our French players here with Jack the Ripper. So right now, what is your opinion about what's gonna happen? Is Mioel the good player to defeat Persia here on the defensive? Or I should say France being on the offensive against Persia on the defensive? Is Liege gonna be able to get the victory for his team while he's free simming away? Or will Russia, Corny, get the culture victory for Team TBD? Russia at this point is already making 75 tourism a turn with 147 culture. He's clearly running away with tourism and culture at the same time, getting the points, as many points as possible in the great writers, in great artists and musicians. Really close from getting his next musician. Oh, he just got it, never mind, he will get to recruit it right now. Greece not having enough points a turn, even though he is making 14 great musician points a turn from his Acropolises. Wow, that is a lot of points into great musicians. And there we go, CivFr just recruited Isaac Newton. That's the second good scientist recruited by the Ulysse team. By the TBD team, I mean. It looks like right now still 56% of you, 5 votes, are counting on Team Ulysse to bring the game to a conclusion here, to a victory condition for them. Abel is alone here, and he does have good chances of getting that. He's building industrial zones. He's clearly seeming preparing his empire for something, while Liege is expanding everywhere to the north of him. Ah, okay. You like to manipulate the vote. Okay, I understand. You want to keep it close. Got it. I mean, that's good. That's interesting. Look, I will do the same. I will actually no. Right now there are 13 in TBD. Look, I will vote for Ulysse. Okay, 6 votes into Ulysse. It looks like at the moment 68% of you are actually going for TBD, while 32 of us are going for Ulysse. Do you think at this point or at the beginning of the game, Jack the Ripper should have played it a little bit differently here? He did spam a lot of cities. He did get Hattusa to the south. He did manage almost to snatch a settler from Mule, but Mule was quick on his toes and managed to save it at the last second. Then we do have them fighting over this land. As I was saying at the beginning, when I saw their spawns, this would have been the land to fight, right? The most of the action will be happening here. I'm actually curious to see what CivRider will be doing with his knights here. Are they gonna upgrade all of them into cuirassiers and push? Or is he gonna wait for tanks? Not sure. He might actually wait for tanks, getting that Isaac Newton will push him with a lot of science fast here. Getting printing next turn, that's gonna boost printing for Mule as well. Um, Let me see on the trees. Yeah, that actually, both of them might actually get printing at the same time here. Let's see next turn. So in this point, there is only 1 minute left for the vote to go, and TBD is clearly winning with 70% of your votes here, of your confident votes. And interesting to see that Ulysse is getting really is getting competition, and it's not the next Vigram that are gonna provide them competition. In the same group, we have TBD at the moment clearly favored to win this match. Oh, hello there, Pashalis. Did you see the launch? Did you see the docking of the, what is it called, SpaceX Crew Dragon? Yeah, uh, space shuttle docking with the space station right now. It was today, by the way, guys. Yesterday the launch, today the docking. Oh, nice, nice. I still am a bit worried about Dido. He's at this moment he could do a lot of things, but he's not doing a lot of things unless he's just like spamming cities everywhere and just getting science up. But he's not with a clear, I would say, objective right now. He didn't settle to the north towards Russia. He settled the islands between them. At the moment, he doesn't have enough science to go against, for example, Apriolo. That is on 160 science right now. He actually has more science than CivRider, taking over the first spot there. And looks like Apriolo is probably gonna need to defend Russia for at some point in the game. Russia only has 108 science, but it's almost about to breach the 200 culture mark. Getting more amphitheaters, getting more theater squares in his cities and art museums. Placing down Bolshoi, and I think I saw, yes, there we go, an industrial center. Where is the industrial center? It's not this one. What is it? Oh, here. Never mind. It's here. Only a two production. Okay, I guess. I guess that works as well. Still, the Storia with Pericles is trying to defend culture victory as much as possible. On 94 culture himself, he's doing his best to defend the tourism spam from Korny from Russia there. Not sure if he will make it in the long term because he's clearly going to be faced with a lot of cuirassiers and bombards going against him. He did make a lot of army here in the front lines. He did get Timur as a general, and that will provide him with an additional defense. But just look at the damage counters here. Actually, that's quite good. Getting muskets right now. It's not bad, not bad. Let's see the cuirassiers on his crossbows, for example. Only 75 attack on 68 defense. Not too shabby. Yeah, I mean, plus two industrial zones. I guess he could have placed a better one here, but he didn't, so. I think he wants to keep this style for the Wonder. Anyway, +2 with the card, it's a +4. You get the buildings in it, right? It's better than nothing. Not having an industrial center, you do have extra production from getting the workshop +3, and then you have the another +3 from the factory. If you have coal, that's gonna double. So there are also two industrial city states in the game. They do provide more production as well. First for the capital, and then for the workshop buildings. So those are nice to use. But this French push into Persia's land, this is starting to overwhelm Persia here on defense. He's not putting up enough production into making units, and it looks like he's gonna have a hard time defending himself against this push. Is if France will start upgrading his units into muskets, and I think he will at some point, it's gonna get extremely dangerous for Jack the Ripper here. He did get muskets, so his city strength is 49 right now. That will help him. Not sure if it's gonna be enough though. Like even the courses, which most of the time are weak units, are at the same level on attack as the musket is on defense. So clearly not ideal. This is a little bit surprising, by the way, because Persia does get extra production and extra culture and extra food from his trade routes, not to mention gold. So at the moment he's positive in gold. He did lose the science though. That might be a problem, and trying to catch up in the science department with campuses instead of getting, for example, commercials. That would have been really nice for him in the capital to get more trade routes, and that's one of the reasons I really like the promotion for Pingala rather than Magnus here, because you're still gonna get the food from the trade routes, and you're gonna get extra science for it also. So yeah, it doesn't look like France might actually push through this. He needs calves, he needs his own muskets, he needs field cannons. I think when he gets to field cannons, it's gonna be game over, but that's still some time away. Also, Jack is getting printing next turn. That will give him diplomatic visibility. So it's not gonna be +9 diplomatic. It's gonna be only +6 diplomatic, which is not ideal anyway. Yeah, he does. He does. These swordsmen are extremely powerful right now. Well, it looks like Kree will need to defend himself against Japan at some point. He does have right now some Japanese units on the borders towards him. He did prepare with a few pre-built archers and knights into cuirassiers slash field cannons. At the moment, he's well above, I should say, Japan, because Japan didn't go for that much culture. Look at that. Apriolo is making 178 science a turn, comparing it to Japan only 161. So they're close to each other, I should say. But on the culture department, he's the double the amount of Japan. Three out of 29 tourists for Corny is starting to get them in his um, in his favor. Over 100 tourism a turn, 108 right now with 207 signs. The next great musician is gonna be really hard to get, but Russia does have 22 great musician points a turn, while Greece only has 14 right now, and it looks like Russia is getting to that point in the game when it's gonna start running away with all of these uh, great culture people points. I do want to point out that Abel is in a free Inquiry Golden Age, comparing it to Apriolo, who's in a Pen, Brush, and Voice. We are only 10 turns away from the next era. And Abel, since he's getting a lot of science from his harbors, let's take a look. 10 science from there, 10 science from here, another 10 science from there. So that's like 30 science in only 3 harbors that he's getting. He's gonna run out of steam really quickly after the era is gonna change. He did build quite a few campuses, but it looks like it's not enough. And actually, look at this Fukuoka campus. Wow, plus 12 campus with 2 reefs, and is between the city center and a harbor. It's very nice, very nice. Not too shabby. He's trying to build more, but at the same time, Cree has amazing campuses himself, and still didn't finish all his universities. He's going for them, but not right now. There we go. He just got another batch of science, I should say 194 science. It looks like Mule actually did it. He managed to irrel Jack right now. Jack is on 56 science, 58 culture a turn, while Mule is on 76 with 39. The only problem Mule has is the gold making, but I see he is working on it. Getting a commercial hub in the city of Ruin and the commercial hub in the city of Reims. Getting another encampment in the city of Toulouse. This is interesting choice. Why is he? Maybe he wants to guarantee himself oil later on in the game. Maybe. He's taking ballistics right now, 5 turns away from getting it, and he got. Well, actually, he's gonna get it fast because he just got the scientist Galileo Galilei when he's. Oh, and moved it with here in Halicarnassus. Okay, he's gonna probably activate it here. That should be the best spot for him. If you do not know, I'm gonna hover over it. Galileo Galilei is the scientist that will give you 250 science for each adjacent mountain tile. So, for example, if he has 4 tiles of mountains around him, if he's on this ship tile, he's gonna get 1,000 science instant. So I think that will uncover ballistics quite easily for Mule and actually put him well on its way for his calves. At this point in time, I just want to put it out there. I don't think there's anybody able in the game to stop Courtney getting a culture victory. It looks like Pericles here will have a lot of problems, and he's gonna have to spend a lot of production defending himself from Civ Rider's Cuirassier core push and field cannon push, and this is gonna be dangerous really fast. Look at this, the Cuirassier cores on attack against that musket in the forest with so many damage on defense and still so many points on defense, and still he's gonna power through them. Yeah, this is getting out of hand here for Greece. He was for a long time low on science, and because of that, while Civ Rider was almost triple in science, he's not to mention good on culture. He just lost the edge, lost the advantage. In the meantime, we didn't see it, but actually I did see one apostle, but I didn't talk about it. Russia did improve his religion. He got Gurdwaras, the special building that you can get into a holy site, and it provides you +3 faith with +2 food. Not to mention the fourth belief is Defender of the Faith. His combat units gain +5 combat strength when within the borders of a friendly city. That is converted, of course. Yes, that is correct. Thank you, Sorvin, for telling me that. I didn't mention it was 1,000 science on standard speed. That is half for online speed, so it's 500 on online speed. I did need to mention that. It does tell you here on the description that it is 250 science on standard speed, so you get only 125 on online. We are of course playing on online speed. But this is getting to the interesting part of the game. We're gonna see the push from Rome. We're gonna see France at some point upgrade his units into field cannons, and it should be soon rather than soon-ish rather than later. I don't see Jack the Ripper actually getting ballistics anytime soon. With his 64 science, he was barely going for metal casting. That's one technology before that. And even if he's getting a few campuses here and there, it doesn't look like he's gonna catch up in science anytime soon. France is on 80 science with 39 culture, lagging a little bit in the culture department, but that shouldn't be that much of a problem. He needs to take care of his goal. I guess necessary goal per turn though. Commercial hubs coming out from his cities. I still don't know why he placed an encampment here. Maybe an industrial center would have been better, but whatever, doesn't matter that much. In the meantime, we're probably gonna see either Cree or Japan push at some point. They are both preparing units on the borders. We're still waiting to see what Phoenicia will do. I was expecting Phoenicia to settle everywhere, but I was expecting him to settle everywhere, then follow up with something. So maybe start building some units somewhere, or trying to get a victory of some kind. At the moment, it's like it's not a directed strategy, I should say, or it hasn't been revealed yet. I don't think his plan has been revealed yet. And this is the moment Civ Rider is starting to push on Greece. Greece did upgrade his pike shots, and he's probably gonna defend with the pike shots easily against the Cuirassier cores, but I may be wrong. So let's see what's gonna happen here. In the meantime, I am sure the Civ Rider here will get a few upgrades for his field cannons, not to mention his bombard cores, and that will be amazingly valuable later on in the attack, since he's gonna get a lot of bonuses. He does have himself +6 against his opponent with a spy inside of. Does he have? Yes, he does have a spy inside of Pericles' series, and I think he has printing as well. That's +6. Distoria is prioritizing getting ballistics himself, 2 turns away from getting ballistics. That will give him the possibility to upgrade his crossbows into field cannons. Looks like France, the attack between France and Persia has fizzled out. It doesn't look like Miguel is actually interested in pushing that advantage. Well, I can't really blame him. It does look like he needed at least a few turns to upgrade his units, and might as well heal back his units. He does need more units there and maybe a city between to hold the pressure there. Now we are 7 turns from changing the era, and at the moment both of them are in a dark age, but it might change, so they're not applying that much pressure on them. And it does look like Jack the Ripper is close to a golden age. That will put him on a heroic age actually, and Muriel is 8 points himself. Maybe that will push him. Let's see, is this a plus? No, it's not a +4. This is a +1. No, it's a +3. So not gonna have that. He's gonna need to get the points from somewhere. Let's see from where he's gonna get them. Oh, that musket is taking a beating. Look at that. Just looking at their outputs, right now TBD is clearly ahead. We got Apriola there with 242 science, CivRider over 200 himself, 207. While on the other team, we only have Abel Brimi barely approaching the 200 science mark with 190 and Liege with 177. Both of them in a free inquiry golden age. They're gonna lose their science quite fast, while Apriolo and CivRider, both of them are in Penbrush and Voice, and they're gonna keep their science. Once this age is over, there's gonna be an extreme science difference, and I'm not sure they can make up for that. I don't think they can make up for that. Distorias with barely making 100 science will not be able to withstand the tank attack. He's barely taking on these cuirassier cores. It's not gonna be funny when they're gonna be tanked. Or maybe it will be funny for us to see the rollover of the Piken shots. In the meantime, Corny is getting his culture victory, free simming in a corner with Russia. That's ideal placement for a Russian player here. We do have him 9 turns away from getting Bolshoi Theater in St. Petersburg, getting more artists out, and he's making a lot of great people points. We got great writers, 26 great writer points a turn, 24 great musician points, and let's see on the great artist screen, 18 great artist points a turn. It looks like Galileo has been activated last turn, and I think Mule does have ballistics at least. Let's check out the trees. Yes, he's working on military science, I think, right? That's what's it called. Yes, that's it. Military science that will allow him to promote his coursers into calves. And oh, wait a second, he didn't finish ballistics. Okay, so he used Galileo to actually boost him through siege tactics into getting closer to military science. I guess he does have more coursers than he has crossbows. It kind of makes sense. Well, does he want to? Yeah, he does. 1, 2, 3, 4. And anywhere else? No. Okay. This is sad to see, by the way. I'm just hovering over a field cannon, like with a field cannon over a cuirassier core, I should say, with a general, and it's only doing like barely scratching. Was that 7% or something of the total cuirassier's health? It is 65 against 91. Wow. Wow. At least he does have a lot of them. I can give him that. And this cuirassier doesn't even have the +7 promotion. What? What? In the meantime, it looks like Distoria did manage to get a spy into Yerevan that will clear out at least a +3 from the diplomatic visibility, and that is why we were seeing only +3 on intels from opponents' movements. Phoenix Tamer 44, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. To be fair to Distoria, he did put up a great defense here, even with his lack of science and trying to go for great people points in the culture department. Even with that, he made an impressive defense here against Rome. I can safely say that Rome cannot actually push him right now. I don't think there's any safe way for Rome to push him without losing the majority of his army before he actually reaches Corinth. The, Neither of them can actually make headway here. What Rome can do is get promotions for his field cannons, for his bombards, and those can be useful later on. Right now he has a grape shot that's +7 combat strength when attacking land units, and I guess this one has the same promotion. Oh no, it looks like the great merchant that provides 2 great work slots which can hold anything has been recruited by Persia and is gonna deny Russia the possibility to actually get it. Russia was going for commercial hubs investment project, so he could get more points into that, but it looks like it was too late. Too late. And by the way, look at this. I was talking about the reveal of Legis' plan. It does look like he's going for a Diplo victory, starting to build Potala Palace, and he's probably gonna start building a statue at some point. Let's see what's here in his capital. What's he building here? Colossus. Okay, never mind. That's not gonna be available to build there. Anyway, he could build it somewhere else though, I guess. We are right now 4 turns away from the era change, and we're gonna see who's getting what in a few turns. Probably Jack will get his heroics. He's 3 points away from getting it. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough. Let's see. We're gonna have to wait and see. He's getting intelligence agency in the meantime. He's gonna get his free spy from the building, and probably gonna put it in France's city. That will again further equal his advantage, I should say, or France's advantage. It will take it down, compensate, I should say, compensate. I was looking right now if I can see, well, first of all, coal in Apriolo's land, because he was going for industrialization, and I think he finished it looking at his mines and land. At the same time, I wanted to see oil. I don't see oil. That's kind of that should be kind of a turn off for him, because it does not have oil, but at the same time, maybe the icon is missing. I don't know, maybe. I'm still amazed Bologna has remained in the game for so long. By the way, it's been providing, I think, Russia for a long time amazing bonuses. Oh, not even Russia, it's Muel who has it. What is this? Wow. Well, Babylon is soothed by the story. Two turns away from the era change, and let's check out their points. We got 96 of 101 on Civ Rider Rome. We got Corny with 122 out of 134. I don't think he's gonna get his golden age. Still 4 turns away from getting Bolshoi and making other buildings. Don't think it's gonna matter in the long term, though. He does not need this one. We got Catherine de Medici, 70 points out of 70 points. Both him and Jack the Ripper will get. Actually, wait a second. Jack the Ripper is 2 points below, 69 out of 71. Will he miss this? Will he miss his golden age again? Wow, this is gonna hurt him so bad. It looks like France will be in a heroic age. He will get extra loyalty. Not to mention, I think this is the age we're gonna see the heartbeat of Steam. His campuses will start to give him extra production. Then we got Apriolo on 76 out of 100. He will not have a golden age. Distoria 67 out of 68, 1 point away from getting it. He might actually get it if he just levies the city-state of Babylon. Not sure if he has the gold though. We have Babylon needing 330 gold to upgrade. Ooh, that's expensive. They are making quite a bit of gold. That's like 2 turns from them. But Distoria is in the red, minus 32 gold a turn. That is worse than Muriel was at his... it still is actually minus 18. What is this? Abel Brimi, 82 out of 96, not gonna get his golden age, and he's gonna lose his free inquiry golden age right now. All of that science that is coming from his harbors is gonna be deleted. Leech, of course, is in a free inquiry himself right now, and he's gonna lose his as well. 76 out of 98. Oh wait, this is not Heartbeat of Steam. This is third monumentality. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I just realized this is not gonna be the next age will not be the Heartbeat of Steam one. The fourth one is. We're going into the third one. That's gonna be the 3 gold from trade routes towards cities. Every district will provide an extra 3 gold, and then you get an extra monumentality age, movement, I believe, for naval things like naval ships, and another thing for the religion. Not sure exactly what. I barely pick it. Ooh, this pike and shot is just a single pike and shot, not even an army. Is 101 on defense. He just got the +5 promotions against promotion against cav units, and these cuirassier corps are just not up to the task of attacking him. Remember, anti-cav units like pike and shot do get an extra +10 over cav units. And there we go. France is upgrading his cabs, his coursers into cabs, his catapults into bombards. Not sure if it's gonna be enough to actually go against Persia here in the chokes, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Even the musket is putting up a 73 defense there. He has been fortified for quite some time. That is a hill, uh, and the city does have walls. What is that? That's a level 1 field cannon. Okay. Yeah, I don't really think Mule could actually push here. Even if he has +9, and as you can see, he does have +9 intel on opponent's movements. Doesn't look like it's enough. But this is the age. We are turning into a new age. Three civilizations are in a heroic. We got Persia, we got Pericles, and we got France. All of them in heroic ages. Then we got Rome, Russia in a normal age, while Japan, Daido, and Kree are in dark ages. 19 wait a second, sorry, 20, 30 turns until the next era. And the moment, let's check out the score tab. We got 272 science with 288 science on Apriolo and CivRider. Well, CivRider and Apriolo respectively. Then on the other team, we see them almost at half that science. We got Legion, Able, Brimy, both of them around the 160 science mark. Uh, while CivRider is down at 82 culture and Apriola at 69 culture. Well, at this point in the game, I don't think it matters that much. They do have Corny with 321 culture. He's gonna boost them anyway, all the way. He's getting Bolshoi Theater in 3 turns and spamming out those art museums. Let's check out his tourism. 136 tourism right now against 115 culture on defense from Distoria there. So clearly not enough culture for defense. Distoria is being pushed by Rome, and as I think it will happen, we're gonna see tanks from CivRider soon enough, especially with 272 science. The problem is again oil. Where is oil? He does have 3 encampments that will provide oil for him if he builds the buildings, but it's gonna take a while. In the meantime, getting research projects from everywhere. They want, yeah, he wants to reveal oil as soon as possible. I don't think he has. Does he have? Let's check it out. He doesn't have oil. So he was right to build so many encampments everywhere. Hello there, Wazabaza. Are you here to watch the slaughter of the Ulysse team? I heard you are trying to bribe Mr. Jack the Ripper there. Well, to be fair, he was a little bit mad. He got slapped. He kind of got slapped here by Mule, trying to settle in his face. Didn't work out clearly as intended. But he does put up a good defense here, and I don't think he still can push. Like I don't think Mule can push here. It looks like it still doesn't have enough damage on attack since the muskets on defense do get the +9 anyway, right? From the ideal terrain and 45 defense. Both of them have military alliance and generals, so yeah, doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon. But at least Muriel will get his tanks at some point. The only problem is Phoenicia will have battleships, and he will raise the city of Toulouse. I'm not sure why they focus on France that much. I mean, they should have targeted, or at least Phoenicia should have targeted Russia a long time ago, just because somebody needs to stop the culture victory, and it doesn't look like it's gonna be Distoria. Distoria is gonna be pushed by tanks soon enough. Not to mention, there's gonna be big problems for Japan as well, who is next in line to defend on the culture department. He is on 94 culture right now, 164 science, and I was looking at his land. He got a few theater squares up, so he's clearly trying to go for it, or at least tackle that issue. Look at that, Kilva with a theater square next to it. He does have oil, by the way, there. Good industrial centers, as we know. Japan is well known for its production. Amazing amount of oil, by the way. One, two, three tiles of oil. While, for example, Rome doesn't have any. Ooh, artillery is on the field. I don't think he's going for James Young. He's probably going for the next one, right? It's Einstein time, so he's probably gonna want to go for that. Russia does need a lot of projects right now. I don't think he's gonna get the next. Yeah, he's not gonna get the next artist, but he's gonna get Bolshoi Theater. That's gonna be amazing for him, and it looks like he's finishing up more art museums. Forbidden City being placed down in Osaka. Where is it? Actually, not in Osaka. Where is it? Where is it? I saw it. I saw the notification. Was it not able? Nice setup here by Rome, by the way. We haven't looked at his empire closely. Let's check out his industrials. He has a +5 here, another +6 over here, and a +3 to the north. Not too shabby. It's gonna be a +4 once the aluminium gets discovered. Oh, he has more encampments. Look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 encampments. Okay, that's gonna be enough oil for him. Just needs the pre-builds right now. He did get a forward settler here, and he's gonna settle. Where will he settle actually? Is he gonna settle there, or is he gonna settle closer to the city there on the Cuirassier core? Yeah, looks like in the meantime, Distoria did get to nationalism, so he cored up his pike and shot, and those field cannons with the bombards are just getting free promotions right now. Ooh, Kree is doing it. Okay, okay, good to know. And he's doing Statue of Liberty as well. He's look at that. He's denying it in 7 turns. Oh, you're right. You're right. I missed it. 3 turns. Oh my God, what is his production? Okay, plus 16 industrial zone. Another, what's this? Plus 12 with a plus 8 here. Very good production from Kree. He's definitely gonna get the Statue of Liberty by the looks of it. Uh, Dido is barely making Potala in 14 turns. Not able. He kind of killed his style for a Statue of Liberty in his capital. Didn't have enough production anyway. Did he finish at least his shipyards? He didn't. He only built the lighthouses and that's it. Problematic. Oh, he has a level 4 frigate over here. It looks like the city of Toulouse is in trouble. It might actually be much faster than I anticipated. Yeah, he has steel walls. That is why the city already built them. It, whenever you get steel technology, you just get the fortification health of 300. Um, Sometimes it doesn't. So, for example, if you take a city with steel walls, they're not gonna go back up, as far as I know. That's the only time you're not gonna get them. This is still unlocks urban defenses, giving all your cities an automatic 300 fortification strength and the ability to perform a ranged attack. All previous wall improvements become obsolete and siege support units are no longer effective. So they're not gonna. So, for example, catapults, bombards, they're not gonna do as much damage against against steel walls. When it should say Rams. So Rams and siege towers, I guess you're referring to, right? You can't climb steel walls. Where is the tank push from Apriolo? Is he stuck on not having enough oil himself? Yeah, he's building encampments of his own. Okay, that's his problem, I guess. Denying Statue of Liberty will be amazing, an amazing feat in itself. It's not gonna allow Dido to get an easy diplomatic victory here, and it is gonna allow Corny to get the culture victory in the meantime. We have him on 18 out of 51 necessary tourists right now. Well, it says 9 tens, but don't look at that. It's not correct. On the tourism count, it is 175 tourism per turn with 374 culture per turn for our Russia player. He did get Bolshoi. He will get an extra slot for music and an extra slot for a book. In the meantime, he's getting close to getting his next musician. I think two of them already got picked. As far as I know, Russia got one, and I think Pericles got the other. Yeah, I see one in Russia, and did he? No, nobody else got one. Okay, so only Russia got one. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. It did get extremely expensive to get the next one. And still, Bologna lives and it's being sourced by Priolo. This is unbelievable. I don't know how Japan didn't kill it by now. This is such a good city state to have. And still, I don't see the tanks being upgraded in Rome's land. It looks like he's taking his time. I don't think he did. He even finish the tank technology. Let's see on the tank. He did, or he's taking combustion right now. It says one turn, but it might not be. Let's. I'm kind of. He just lost a. Just lost a battery. Sorry, a bombard. Ouch. Okay, let's quickly switch both and hope it's not gonna. Yeah, so he did finish it. That's what I wanted to know. He did finish combustion. Great. And he built his first tanks. That's it. Okay, okay. Nice. Let's see the damage from the tanks on Pericles' units. Not that great. 98 against 90. 99 against 98. Still not great, but it is doing amazing damage against the field cannons though. That's gonna help. He is retreating his bombard corps and he's probably gonna upgrade them into artillery. In the meantime, I think he's starting to make enough oil. Let's see, he's building his military academies for the oil production and getting him gamma training so he can get a general. Look at that, 16 great general points a turn. He needs 270, so that's another 120. It's gonna be a while. 2 projects in 2 turns. Actually, another. No, that's not a project. Yeah, not too shabby. Hard building tanks as well from his main series. I think he has enough, right? Enough science, enough culture to actually make this push all in. Let's see how Dystoria will manage to defend his territory here. He might get some support from Persia as well. It looks like he is sending some units towards the front line on the west side and getting some field cannons, getting some cuirassiers to back them up. Since it doesn't look like France is actually interested in pushing that, and he's losing the city of Toulouse, by the way. Was saying that there is a level 4 frigate there that has an extra range on it. The promotion, the coincidence range fighting, +1 range. So slowly but surely taking down the city of Toulouse. I'm sliding into my chair. Oof. In the science department, we do have Apriolo 281, CivFr almost 300 with 299, but on the other team, on Ulysse, we got Abel, Brimi, Japan there with 213 and Liege with only 226, clearly lagging behind. Not to mention Distoria is under 100 with Jack the Ripper under 100, while Corny is 165, and I think he is going directly for computers, working on scientific theory right now, and clearly on the top three there. He's gonna need computers to boost his tourism production. Not to mention he's gonna need conservation and all the culture improvements he could get for the tourists. It's three almost 400 culture right now. I think he's gonna get to rock bands quite soon, and he's gonna have a lot of good districts to play them in Kree's land. Not to mention wonders. Kree did manage to finish his Forbidden City, and he's getting an extra card from that. That's an extremely good wonder, and he's 6 stars away from finishing Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty is gonna grant him 4 diplomatic points, and what that will achieve, well, Apollo will probably not want to go for a diplomatic victory here, but it will deny Dido the opportunity to finish Statue of Liberty. That's gonna be really, really nice overall. In the meantime, it looks like Dido is starting to get his shipyards up. I think it's kind of late in the game. He's not gonna have enough production overall. He did try to prioritize as much as possible the finishing of the second era to get the campuses going, so he's is not gonna lack that much science. He did make it 243 science, so that's not too bad. All things considered, he's getting more universities, but the production is clearly gonna be behind, and he needs somehow to stop Russia. Russia is next to his borders, he's close, but is probably gonna be protected by Kree, and not to mention he's gonna have the possibility to buy his units with faith, with the Grandmaster chapels in his government plaza building. Russia does have the opportunity to buy his units with faith. He is making right now not an extreme amount of faith, 187. Usually we see a lot more in this turn from Russia as faith making, but I guess he's not running the double holy sites, and he did not go for an all-out Lavra spam here. He didn't get his Pantheon, his Tundra Pantheon, and he didn't get a lot of Lavras. He is building them. As you can see, he just popped one from Kazan while finishing that university. Probably will start working on the Lavra next turn. These field cannon cores will start to hurt the piking shots, and in the meantime it looks like CivRider is interested in just upgrading his tanks. Oh, that's a really late great library, by the way. I just saw it as a notification. It started building in Moscow City. And it's 7 turns from finishing. At least it still has a place for it, but still very late great library. Turn 80 to build a great library. Wow. 6 turns away from finishing St. Basil, and that will be an amazing city, by the way, after it finishes in the city of Novgorod. And 14 turns to get Broadway in St. Petersburg. I like how Abel got a line of cuirassiers and then a line of frigates behind them, but I think he's way too defensive right now. He doesn't really have a win condition here. I guess he wants to go to space because like that would be his only option, but he's only on 230 science. He has a lot of production and a lot of military, as you can see, almost 1300 military strength against Apriola that has 800, for example. But he does have ships, and not all of them are land units. So Apriola mostly has land units. Not to mention Apriola has more science than him, 291 science, with a little less culture, only 82. And this is the mod working. This is the MP helper telling us that there was an error, a network manager, right? Here is telling us the following player disconnected from the game. Game configuration is being frozen. That means the AI is not allowed to take over the player's, units, even though this is a spectator. So I'm not sure exactly why, but anyway, it's good as a feature. If one of the players drops, usually, especially mid to late game, you want a relobby because the AI takes over. It moves your governors from one place to the other, and then moves units, and then starts building stuff. It spends your gold and stuff like that. So if you, like, for example, kept like 1,000 gold, it's you're not gonna you're not gonna get your gold back unless you relobby and deny the computer from taking over. It's yeah, quite bad. And again, I don't understand this. Why can anybody explain to me why is Liege going against Paris here? Like, what is the reasoning going against France? Poor old France, who's irrelevant anyway. He's barely making 100 science, like 97 science. Please enlighten me. I still don't see any units towards Russia, but I do see some Cossacks south of Tula there, keeping the river, keeping an eye on the units from Phoenicia, if they might come. I was half expecting at some point in the game Phoenicia to go for a land invasion here directly into Russia's land. I think it was like between turn 20 and 40 that I was saying that uh, it could be a possibility, but at this point I'm kind of speechless. Why is he not stopping Russia? If nobody's gonna stop Russia, he's gonna clearly get a culture victory here. You might as well like CC right now because you're not gonna stop Russia from getting a culture victory. 20 out of 53 tourists in Courtney's favor right now, and with his 183 tourism a turn against 128 maximum from Distoria, which Distoria is kind of getting pressured into, not getting the projects done for that, not getting the great people. He needs to defend properly. It's gonna be problematic to say the least. In the meantime, CivRider is upgrading his tank cores in the city of Antium that he placed recently. He did get LC'd earlier. Wait a second, a supply convoy, and was he getting more military academies everywhere? Still making encampment training projects, so he could get the next great general, that is Jose de San Martin. It will provide him with extra combat strength and +1 movement to modern era land units. Is he actually going for modern tanks? Going for plastics? Yes, he is. He's going for it. He's going for it, boys. Just so we can see here, plastics is this one. It's the Spec Ops one, and then composites is the modern armor. So he needs to go through synthetic materials and then directly into composites. Composites, though, I mean, modern armor is of the information era, so that general will not provide his units with a +5. It will provide for the tanks that he has right now, but not for the modern armor tanks. Good question. How many turns statues? 4 turns Statue of Liberty. I think that's... Well, I guess you're right. That's gonna be the point. They're gonna find out they're not gonna be able to build it, so... He's trying to build Potala Palace as well in the north city of Mistavasis. 8 turns to build it. And looks like in the capital city of Dido here, we got Potala Palace building in 9 turns. Clearly not having production. He's on 39 production, and the lack of a shipyard is clearly hurting him right now. He's making the gold for his team though, 210 gold a turn, 116 on Able. Distoria is, for example, -42 right now, he's really depending on his team's gold to upkeep his units. While Mule did get out of his gold problems, Apriolo is on -14, and Corny now is on -19. How did that happen? Ooh, battleships. What's he gonna do with battleships? I mean, one battleship. Oh wow, they're gonna... Oh, unbelievable, man. They're bullying France for no reason. And funny thing is, that was France's plan all along, to error himself into someone this game. It looks like it was Jack's turn. France did manage to get his steel walls, and it looks like the attack from that cheeky level 4 frigate has stopped. I do think he's gonna upgrade it into a battleship soon here, and it will take down the walls, even if they are steel walls, slowly but surely. It looks like in the meantime there is a Jack settler, Persian settler. Like, I don't know why he's moving towards Dido's land there. He's clearly not gonna be in trouble. Um, Yep, and there we go. The battleships will start to work on the city of Toulouse at some point and bully France even more. But honestly, I don't think that matters. Looking at the... Wait a second, did Greece pass the musician? What is he at the point he needs to take it? Let me see. So it looks like... Yeah, okay, never mind. He needs to take it or pass it this turn. It looks like there was a great artist and a great musician recruited now by Russia. We got scientists recruited by Rome, and we still don't have Einstein. Okay, interesting. Oh wow, you didn't? Wow, I mean you need to watch Zone of Control versus who was that? Next Vigram. He clearly annoyed. She clearly annoyed Colento. Okay, there we go. Pericles actually took the musician. He's still making decent amount of points, and he's at 164 out of 270. Russia, because he just picked the biggest one, he's behind. He's gonna need to do some projects. He's making 18 great musician points and getting more lavras out. And by the looks of it, yes, he is making more projects. At least two more coming out next turn. He's making building more amphitheaters, and look at that, another third project from there. Getting great library in 5 turns, and as we were saying, 4 turns Saint Basil's, and 11 turns Broadway. He needs more faith per turn, only 175 faith per turn with a minus 40 gold. Ooh, that's a really bad amount of gold per turn. He's gonna lose a lot. I guess he put everything into having these theater squares up. Clearly needs more commercials or harbors or anything to keep up with this. Ooh, planes on the field on the map by Apriolo here next to Japan. I guess the battleships will provide defensive cover against the planes with no problems. As you can see, if I hover over from the biplane onto a battleship, it does get destroyed. The battleships do have 90 strength, anti-air strength. In the meantime, next to Pericles' land, we got CivFr promoting a tank army, and he's gonna try to push somewhere. Not sure if he's gonna go for Persia or if he's gonna still go for Distoria. He's on 341 cents a turn right now, while Apriola is over 300 himself with 305. Liege 264 and Abel Brimi 238. The other two members from Ulysses' team are under 100, while Corny is on 159 and Mule 94. Yeah, by the looks of it, he's just gonna bypass the city of Corinth, which is clearly a stronghold from for Pericles here, with the victory governor established in there, giving it the extra bonus to the units around it. So there we go. Statue of Liberty has been finished this turn. I did not actually see the notification, but I can see now he switched away from building Statue of Liberty because it was of course finished, and getting Colossus in the city, in the capital city of Crete. More planes are coming out from his cities, and it looks like Corny is interested in spreading his religion. He was getting +2 gold from a converted city, right? +2 gold per turn. So that is probably the way to go here. He's gonna need to keep his faith though for rock bands when they come out. Not sure exactly how far is it. Let's see, suffrage. That's democracy next turn. Not that far away. It's not that far away. Like 10 turns away, maybe less. He got it. He already got statue. I see Colossus is actually built next time. I don't know why they didn't CC by now. It clearly looks like TBD got the win here, and it doesn't look like anyone could do anything about it. They're still bullying France here. I don't understand it. Why is he bullying France instead of Russia? This is such a waste of production and gold. And there we go, the CC, the victory. That is it. That was it. TBD getting the upper hand on Team Ulysse. And we are probably gonna see TBD the favorite of the Group B from the Civilization World Cup. I do thank you for the support. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for the time you spend here, and probably Monday, that is tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, on Tuesday, we're gonna find out exactly what's gonna happen next week, and what are the match is going to be like. We don't actually see them right now. Let's check out the graphs here. It looks like we got Russia clearly ahead from the beginning of the game. Then we have Rome. That is Rome, I think. Let's see. Is it? Is it? Yeah, that is Rome second here for so long, and then Cree just jumped. That is how Cree does at some point of the game. It just jumps a little bit higher. And then we have all other civilizations not being up to the task of catching up to the three. And that was it. This was the game. My name is Michael. This was On Spot TV, Civilization World Cup Season 2. And we just finished week 2 of the games. I hope we're gonna see each other next week, and keep in touch. Thank you very much.